When Luke thought about marriage, the words tears, vengeance, and obligation came to mind. His parents were the prime example of why marriage meant misery. They were the worst match out of all the couples he knew. Every discussion turned into an argument, or worse, a physical altercation. His mother was a free-thinking artist, and his father was a strict accountant. The only thing they had in common was their strong wills, and they used them to torture the other. Divorce was off the table, so Luke and his siblings had to endure the yelling, petty arguments, and maliciousness. His classmates endured similar home lives. Some had one affectionate parent and one distant, others has one stingy and the other generous, and a few as awful as compassionate versus narcissistic. It wasn't until high school civics class where Luke learned why polar opposite marriages were the norm. In the year 2090, the United Nations discovered the worldwide birth rate was at an all-time low. The worldwide average was 0.33 children per 1,000 people. The United Nations initially attempted to harvest fetuses in labs, but many of the fetuses died because of the absence of a mother's connection. They attempted to use prisoners as surrogates, but prenatal care became too expensive. The Fertility Committee hatched a plan. For the next 200 years, every man and woman would be assigned a partner at 25. Each partnership would be selected via algorithm based on likes, dislikes, beliefs, and temperaments, and those couples will be obligated to produce at least 4 children. Luke raised his hand and asked, if an algorithm is selecting our bonds, why are marriages so awful? Shouldn't the software connect people who are compatible? The teacher chuckled and shook her head. No, compatibility breeds connection, and connection breeds love, and love is inconsistent. They discovered that love and the desire for it was the reason the birth rate declined. Individuals were waiting for love and marriage in order to produce a child. If they treated love and marriage with the same reverence as filing taxes, the populace would treat it as an obligation rather than an act of love. What happens if the assigned couple falls in love? Asked another student. They would be forced to divorce or face imprisonment, the teacher said. The latter is rare, but it happens. This truth unnerved him substantially. He was doomed to meet a partner that he would at best tolerate or, at worst, loathe. He never expected to love his future wife. Even if he did, he wouldn't know he loved her. Luke had a feeling of dread that reflected the turmoil of inmates facing execution. That day, he decided he would enjoy his freedom until the bitter end. Luke left his siblings and combative parents the day he turned 18. He rented a studio in a small mountain town. There he took online classes, read, hiked, and just enjoyed the solitude. This was the first time in his life where H.